Let me ask you something. What if the most valuable asset you'll ever own isn't in your bank account, but right between your ears? Today, we're diving deep into exactly that idea.
Seriously, think about that for a second. What if this whole time, the game wasn't about chasing stuff on the outside, but was actually about rewriting the code on the inside? Because that one shift in perspective, well, it's the foundation for everything we're about to get into.
You've got to start seeing your mind as an asset, like a real economic engine. See, if you don't maintain it, it's going to rust, and it'll start working against you, compounding tiny doubts into massive setbacks. But if you tune it up right, it becomes this unbelievable compounding force, generating value in every single part of your life. And the choice of which one it becomes, that's completely up to you.
Now, this isn't just some nice idea. It's the core operating principle for the world's most successful people. They don't just have more money or more resources. They have a totally different relationship with their own thinking. They treat their mind like it's their #1 factory for creating value in the world.
And you can see the difference right here. The common path is all about chasing an outcome, money. It's reactive, but the elite, they focus on the process. They build a reliable system for making high-quality decisions over and over again. And the money? That just becomes the natural, predictable result of a system that works. It's not the goal of the chase.
And that brings us to this idea of calculated wealth. This isn't about some lucky break or a winning lottery ticket. No, it's about the deliberate, patient accumulation of good choices. Think of it this way. Choosing to read a book for an hour instead of scrolling social media, it feels pretty small tonight, right? But do that every day for a year. That's 365 hours of new knowledge compounding in your brain. Every good choice is a small deposit. And believe me, over time, that interest adds up to a fortune.
So you might be asking, okay, how do they actually do it? How do I build this system for myself? Well, it all comes down to understanding the psychology behind it all. So let's pull back the curtain on the 3 big secrets that really power this entire mindset.
All right, secret number 1. This is a concept you've probably heard of before, but we're going to look at it in a totally new way, as a key part of your own economic engine.
You know, our brains are hardwired for instant rewards. That instinct was great for survival thousands of years ago, but today, it's a trap. The ability to say no to the easy, immediate pleasure, all for a much bigger reward down the line, that is what separates the good from the truly great. It's the discipline to invest your time and money instead of just spending it, to build something instead of just consuming.
Okay, on to secret number 2. And this one builds directly on that idea of discipline. It's a shift from what you do to who you fundamentally believe you are. It's all about the story you tell yourself.
You will never, ever consistently outperform your own self-image. It just won't happen. Your identity literally sets the thermostat for your ambition and your results. So if you see yourself as a $50,000 a year person, you will unconsciously make choices that keep you right there. If you want to change your results, you have to start by upgrading your identity. And when you make that identity shift, it completely rewires your relationship with risk. For most people, the fear of failing is paralyzing. It keeps them stuck. But for those operating with an upgraded identity, the biggest risk isn't failing, it's stagnating. It's the terror of looking back in 5 years and realizing you're in the exact same spot. And that fear, that becomes the fuel for taking action.
And that leads us to the third and final secret. And this one, it reframes a goal that pretty much all of us think we're chasing, and it turns the whole thing right on its head.
You know, chasing happiness directly is a fool's errand. It's like trying to grab a shadow. It's always just out of reach. Real, lasting fulfillment doesn't come from arriving at some destination of comfort and pleasure. It's a byproduct. It's the feeling you get when you're making meaningful progress on hard problems. It's the result of growth, not the absence of a challenge. Okay, so we've got the psychology down, but how does this stuff actually show up in real life, day to day? It really comes down to a fundamental choice you make every single morning. Are you going to live today in reaction, or are you going to live in creation?
Does this sound familiar? The alarm goes off, first thing you do is grab your phone. Bam, you're immediately pulled into other people's problems, other people's requests. Your whole day becomes just a series of defensive moves, putting out one fire after another. You're busy, you feel stressed, but then at the end of the day, you look back and think, what did I actually accomplish for me today?
Now, let's contrast that with a day in creation mode. This day is designed on purpose. It starts with your most important priority, before the world gets a chance to interrupt. Here, you are the architect of your schedule, not a victim of it. And the feeling at the end of this kind of day isn't just relief that it's over. It's a deep, powerful sense of accomplishment and control. You actually move the needle on what matters most to you.
So I know the gap between those 2 days can feel enormous, but you can absolutely bridge it. And you do it with a few simple but incredibly powerful daily habits. This is how you go from just knowing the theory to actually doing it and reprogramming your brain one day at a time.
All right, here we go. Habit number 1, the priority lock-in. Before you go to bed, decide on the single most important thing you need to do tomorrow. This kills decision fatigue in the morning. Habit 2, identity reinforcement. When you wake up, state out loud who you are becoming and name one action you'll take today to prove it. This makes your new identity real. And finally, number 3, the creator's hour. You have to protect that first hour of your workday like it is the most valuable asset you own, because it is. No distractions, just you and your number one priority. Get that win, and you win the day.
Now, when you start putting these habits into practice, you really begin to understand the final big picture principle that governs all of this. It's the ultimate equation for success.
Here it is, the hidden truth. Your environment, the stuff you read, the people you talk to, the habit you do every day, that environment is constantly programming your thoughts. So by taking control of those inputs, using habits like the ones we just talked about, you seize control of your thoughts. And once you control your thoughts, your destiny follows.
So it all boils down to this. Wealth isn't really a number in your bank account. It's a quality of your thinking. And happiness isn't some fleeting feeling you chase. It's a sense of meaning that you build. Both of them have always been, and always will be, an inside job.
And at the end of the day, this power has been yours the whole time. The systems, the secrets, the habits, they're all just tools. They're tools to help you take conscious control of your own economic engine. The power is right there, waiting for you. The only question is, will you choose to use it?